guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Peter said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
An FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us.
Hello and welcome to another episode of NewsBrief. Today's December 15th and it is 12:06 p.m. I am joined with a slew of Warboys host guests. One that's in the green screen. Bobby, give me an audio check really quick.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely not. It's not working.
You're fired. That's it.
You're muted. Is he muted? Oh, you're muted. You got to unmute yourself, Bobby.
I tried.
Down
It's not working.
And he's been doing this the longest.
Yes. Bobby Pickles podcast has been going on for about
Long time. I mean, the
20 years.
guy is a pro.
No, you got to hit mute on EV Mux. On EV Mux on the screen.
I'm sending them the request.
I'm doing it.
Unmute request sent to Bobby Pickles.
What a professional outfit.
This is really
started
good.
with audio. I mean, we've been fixing
Oh,
Reno's.
fucking
Reno is
screen.
good.
Hey, give credit where credit's due, man. I think this is actually the first time where it's not Rob's fault. So, you know.
Did Rob teach you? Did Rob hook everything up for you? You're still muted on EV Mux, jackass. On EV Mux.
You know, put him back in the fucking green room until he wants to act like an adult.
Get the fuck out of here.
If he
Put
looks
it back in the closet.
screen, Bobby, look at the screen. It says unmute request has been sent to Bobby Pickles. Click that and you will be unmuted.
Or just refresh. Bobby, hit refresh on the browser and just
Put
come
him back in
in.
the closet. That's it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the show. Have a nice day.
All right.
All right. So anybody want to start with anything? Because I'm about to go in. Usually we talk about shit, but usually it's about audio.
Hi to everybody first.
Okay, now Bobby, you got some feedback coming in, and
You're out again.
don't mute him. I'm gonna put him back in the. Bobby, say something.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
It's not coming out.
Good golly.
It's not coming out.
golly.
It's definitely not coming out of your roadcaster. All right, I'm gonna put you in
It's time
for a
somebody
sec.
else takes my mantle.
Tap your
back.
mic. Tap your mic. Yeah, it's coming out of the roadcaster. It's coming out of the Shure. It's just I got like some feedback. Check your levels. All right, so let's start today. There's a couple things that happened over the
Hey,
weekend.
everybody, that's Enrique Tarrio. That's
What?
Barry.
Oh, okay.
I'm Patriot
Sorry,
Rob.
sorry.
That's Reno, and that's Bobby Pickles. Now we can move the fuck on.
There we go. And let's start with the shooting in Australia, right?
Let's
start with that. So from what I see, there's 15 people that were killed, including children, some at the age of 10, a little girl, and a victim, Holocaust survivor. Around 40 to 42 people were injured, many hospitalized, including 2 police officers, which is wild. If you take a look at the video, it was correct me if I'm wrong here. I just saw a bolt action rifle.
It was a bolt action.
Yeah, and the other one had a shotgun, I believe.
The other one, yeah.
The speculation it was a Beretta BX1, I think it is.
Great shotgun, by the way.
And the two gunmen, it appears to be a father and son combo. It was a targeted attack. It was motivated. They were both Muslims, and it was like a first day of Hanukkah, and they had like this beach party. And these dudes just decided to fucking go ahead and fire into the crowd. They became the best kind of communists, which are the dead kind. Right after. Did you guys see the guy that
there's one that one of them survived, dude.
One of them survived. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're praying.
The son is dead.
The bystander that
Curb stomped
came and took him out, which fucking kudos to that
He was
guy.
Muslim.
Yeah, he was Muslim too. The guy that took him down, obviously there's very strict firearm laws in Australia. So he took him down by like tackling him and pulling the rifle away from him. I don't know if that was a shotgun.
I think he took a shot at him. If you look at it, I think he shot him.
Yeah, and amazingly, there was a person with a professional camera on the ground. I don't know, like
I think it was James O'Keefe.
Those James O'Keefe is going to have a badass party at Amfest. We're going to talk about Amfest in a little bit, but for the most part, this guy is raised over
Your microphone's gone. Your microphone is gone.
$50,000 US, and he deserves it. He deserves that and much more.
This is the hero you're talking about.
The hero.
Awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's expected with how Australia is, their gun laws. It took so long to bring these guys down. It is a 3-minute walk. 3-minute walk from the closest police department. Like, why weren't they there?
There were 4 cops there that did nothing. Because even their police force is cucked out.
Bobby, you good?
Bobby still has those audio issues. I can hear it in the green room. Kim, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. And we're joined by the amazing Kim that's joining us this morning.
Thanks for the intro.
Let's go around the room. I'll start with Barry. Thoughts?
Well, I think it really goes to show. It's just one more classic example of Ian Omar's point that it is clearly white men that are the greatest threat to society abroad. Again, a classic example of white men just doing things like, shooting people for no reason. So we have that. I'd like to just really address the issue here. This is a reoccurring event. Yes, not all Muslims are terrorists, but most terrorists are Muslim. And this is a situation that we have to face and admit and rip the fucking Band-Aid off and not be afraid to say it. We're constantly called Islamophobic as Americans. A phobia is an irrational fear of something. And I don't believe that anyone has any rational fear of Islam. They should fucking fear it and they should stomp it out right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Kim.
Well, I mean, it's also there's no irony lost on me. You have the Brown shooting happening in America, and everyone's going, "Oh, look at the U.S. Look at how this doesn't happen anywhere else, folks. Only in the U.S. Gun violence in the U.S." Meanwhile, over in Australia, guess what? It's just blatant attacks on our Second Amendment is what it boils down to, because not only do we know that America doesn't actually lead in gun violence, but we also know for a fact that other places misrepresent or just outright will not report their gun violence because they don't want to embarrass themselves.
Kim, you had somebody that was from Australia. I was on your stream for a little bit, the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy this is exactly what we talked about.
Yep.
Probably before this shooting, it was like 2-3 days before this shooting?
Yep.
Or maybe Saturday. I forgot what
I
day
think it was on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, you had him on, and he hit the nail on the head. The problem is always the same issue that we have here and everywhere else. It's an immigration problem.
Exactly.
Because these people weren't, from what I'm seeing, these people weren't allowed to carry. They weren't citizens, Australian citizens. And then this segues on to Rob's. It's so what the Australian government is already proposing, like the bodies aren't even cold yet, and they're proposing more gun legislation.
Yep.
Towards Australian citizens.
Yep.
So, Rob,
They want you. The Australian government is a captured, psychotically liberal government that has some of the worst freedom of speech laws, and probably right on par with Great Britain when it comes to their gun laws. And now it's going to get even worse. These people, they want you helpless. They don't see the correlation between somebody, a good guy with a gun, being able to protect their citizens. And, that would be all well and good if their police force was actually capable of doing something. All of the reports said that there was 4 police officers that just stood there because they were too afraid to do anything about it. So
some of these
so much
cops
for the
over
whole-
here. Go ahead.
Don't say the cops over here. Look at Uvalde. Don't even start saying that, because the cops
Oh,
over here are
Uvalde,
just-
yeah, for the most
no,
part.
the cops
But I'm
over
saying
here,
most of them are fucking itching.
dude, there is like 75% of the cops out there that shouldn't even be carrying a gun because of how bad they are.
Yeah.
So, but dude, seriously, this is what they want. They want you helpless. They want you dependent on the government. They don't want you to be able to take care of yourself. And I'm just going to bring this up real quick. I'm going to full screen it and play it. It's a couple of seconds.
Oh! Oh mon gros!
Does he pop him?
No.
That's what it looks like.
That's
It
gun
does.
goes.
It sounds like it too.
Those are definitely pops.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be him that popped him because he's in the hospital, right? And nobody else has popped
And
him.
he
'cause
puts
right
the
now
gun down. This is
Well, the cops are emerging at this point. Guns out on the other side is from what I've heard people commentating on.
dude, this guy's throwing like rocks at him or something.
this is how they have their entire
Oh, no, this
population.
No,
is
it's
the guy.
his
He's
son.
still
His
popping.
son's still popping. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, how long do you have to run the sirens? They're trying to fucking like stop this guy with sirens. Apparently,
The reality of it is, people need to understand that 1,400
Blind
years ago
firing.
there was 0 Muslim nations. 1,400 years ago, 0 Muslim.
Look, this guy doesn't even know how to use a gun. This is how cucked out they have their entire populace. The guy doesn't even know how to use the gun.
all right. Reno, your thoughts?
Yeah. So
Wait. Actually, let me frame it differently. Your thoughts on this incredibly anti-Semitic attack?
yeah, it was horrible, and look, it goes to show that the cops don't need to be in that position. They say fight or flight, but there's actually 3. You have a fight or flight or freeze, and if you put a uniform on and carry a badge to protect the public, and you don't know what you're going to do in that situation, then you don't need to be in that situation. You can go work at a fast food place, or you can go do something else. And it's a horrible, tragic loss of life. And yeah, the guy couldn't even reload the gun, and it was horrible. It was terrible on the first day of Hanukkah.
Yeah. I mean, look, listen. Obviously, it was motivated by something. My position, and I think most people's position, is very clear, right? Foreigners are a problem, right? It's nonstop. We just continue to have these problems. All the high-profile killings, which we're going to get into one in the next segment.
Islam is incompatible with Western civilization.
There's I was gonna say there are just some cultures that are thoroughly incompatible, and it's not humane to force them to be together.
Wasn't there a
it's not-
Somali?
It's not even fair to them.
Wasn't there
No.
a Somali in Minnesota that raped somebody, and the heads of the Somali community said that, well, he didn't have enough time to adapt to our way of life to know that rape is bad. And
Yes,
my thought is this: if rape is normalized in your culture, you should not be coming here to America.
Well,
Right.
it's not only here.
Fuck your
in
asylum.
Australia, but
I'd take it a step further, and I'd say that some
What, White House Somalia?
ideologies. No. Some ideologies aren't compatible. Even with the citizens of the United States.
These people in these countries have not evolved to where we are in the Western world. Their
But this
evolution
wasn't
has been stunted by something because this is prehistoric mindset.
well, I mean, you even have it going on in Nordic countries now too. Look what happened in Amsterdam.
Listen, I got to.
their liberal policies. Their liberal policies have let these people in.
Thank you, sweetie.
And so now they're paying for it.
I have a friend that lives just outside of The Hague, and she's afraid to go out because the Muslims have like completely fucking captured that entire area in the Netherlands.
But this isn't the. So let's zoom in on the map a little bit, right? Because we focused abroad. Let's focus here locally. There was another shooting that happened here in the States.
Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Yep.
Take it, Rob.
So 2 are dead. I think it was at this moment it's 8 were wounded. 72 hours later, they took somebody into custody, and because of obviously the police's due diligence and the detectives' due diligence, they let him go and found that he wasn't the shooter, which means the shooter is still at large. Now, I have a friend who lives about a mile from Brown who is a doctor, and she was on lockdown I think it was all of Saturday. She was locked down in her house, and they all of the businesses in the area now, her office is closed for the day today because they still can't find him. Like we're coming into the 72-hour mark. That dude is gone. That dude is definitely not in Rhode Island anymore. I would venture a guess that he is way outside of Rhode Island. It barely takes you 45 minutes to go from Providence to Connecticut at that point. And Providence being what it is and the state being what it is, there was a video of the chief of police when he said that we have a suspect in custody. Somebody in the PC police whispered in his ear on a hot mic, but you can't say it like that. You have somebody detained because they were like, I couldn't even actually believe I was hearing this. Now, there's also one thing I do want to mention. One of the victims that was killed was head of the Republican movement. She was 19 years old. She was the head of the Republican movement, which is very rare to have, especially like Brown. Brown has always been, for as long as I can remember, very liberal. And without having the knowledge of the motivation of who did it, I do know that there were students that were saying that they heard Islamic chanting and Islamic sounding, Arabic sounding, screaming as the shots were going off. Multiple students said that. So we can assume, we don't know for 100% sure, but there's a lot of these grifty influencers that are saying that she was shot because she was a Republican and this was the motivation behind it. There were 11 people shot. 2 people are dead. Don't fall for this bullshit. Just please don't. Like, we don't even know the motivations yet. She was probably in the wrong place at the wrong time. That would be the smart thing to think. But to try to push this narrative so you get your clicks and your likes and your rage bait.
How many people? I'm sorry to cut you off here, Rob. But how many people were actually killed?
2. Okay. 2. One was this 19-year-old girl. I'm going to get her name right now.
And how many were injured? Do we know?
9, I think. I think it was 11 or 12 that were shot.
Well, it's a definition of a mass shooting at this point.
Yeah, 2 dead, 9 injured.
Okay, is there a motivation?
No, we don't even they let the person of interest go.
I saw the person of interest.
They don't know. They don't know what the motivation is. They're not even speculating.
Do these victims have like something that bonds them besides them going to
I haven't read anything on that yet. Whether they have anything in common. I'm looking right now to find the young girl's name. Let's see.
Here's something else about the story that we were just running about the Australian police forces. The Australian police forces do not have access to AR-style semi-automatic rifles. They do. They're a counter-terrorist force, which they purchased around 300 to 600 pieces in 2019 for frontline and regional officers trained in active shooter and terrorism response, right, for these situations that just occurred. But if you can't get these officers, this rapid deployment force, this rapid response force, to the location of this situation, these ARs are useless. And I'm pretty sure in the Victoria Police Department, there are more than 300 to 600 police officers. There's probably thousands. So I don't know the type of firearm that took down the Sun. I think it's a Sun. But this also tells you like the response is horrible.
Right. It was a lesson learned from LA, and that's why cops now carry ARs. I mean, when they had that shootout in LA, they were having to go to sporting goods stores and
All
borrow
these people,
weapons.
but you and I were babies when that happened.
I mean, I saw this morning, and Range Minded actually said something right now. The university president doesn't even know why the students were there.
Supposedly, they were getting prepared for some exams.
You gave a better answer than the president of this university did.
Yeah. So the young woman that was one of the young women that was killed. Her name is Ella Cook. She is from Alabama. She's a parishioner at the Cathedral Church of the Advent in Birmingham. She was the VP of the Brown Republicans. Being conservative at Brown isn't always the easiest, but Ella was never afraid to share her beliefs on an overwhelmingly liberal campus and supporting others. Listen, I'm the first person to say that, yeah, this was probably a targeted shooting, and it was obviously, but the coincidences happen. She could have been in the wrong place in the wrong time. And before we even have a real suspect, somebody in custody, and all of the information comes out, this narrative that people are pushing that she was shot because she was a Republican, I think is hyperbole.
Well, as more details come on this, we'll continue to
I know
cover
what
it.
my gut tells me. I know what my gut.
I mean, look, at this point, you could just say it's a leftist, like automatically, right?
Mhm.
And 99% of the time, it's gonna prove accurate, But it isn't obviously. Look, I don't have to say this. The audience knows this shit. It isn't a gun problem. It's a mental health problem. And our next story outlines what
Not even
mental
that
health does, and Troons also why is it?
That is a mental health problem.
Yeah, but I think it goes beyond a mental health problem.
Is a mental health
That's
problem.
not just like, you're taking
It's just
crazy
social
valid-
vampirism. That's how it spreads.
And so something else happened last night, and there was a lot of people that had to take down their posts, and I understand why they took down their posts. I myself feel different for personal reasons.
Who took down their posts?
Are you going to share them?
Let's take a moment of silence for Rob Reiner. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Reiner.
So look, listen.
Reiner, like Brittany Griner. It's Rob Reiner.
Every death is a tragedy. You shouldn't loss of life or yada yada.
Oh, you sound so convinced of your own words.
I'm not. Like this guy.
I heard Stabbing Westward was going to be playing at his funeral. Is that true? But they're a good band. I mean,
they're gonna so clip
I mean,
this.
Westward is a great band. Their first 3
yeah.
albums were
I
phenomenal.
heard that they were going to play at Rob Reiner for some kind of like, symbolic reason. I thought that was kind of cool that they
I
volunteered. the
won't
time.
become the thing
I
I
can't
hate.
share
Oh,
an ounce
yes,
of
you did.
sympathy for somebody that just fucking continuously like it has been a stain to this country, right? And then on a personal level, for me personally, and for you too, Barry, this guy was adamant about fucking like locking us up forever.
Yeah.
Right. So I understand some people after what happened to Charlie. I understand some on the right. They want to be like even keeled. Right.
Well,
But
you do know that
this is a war.
you do know
I
that
agree. I agree 100% with you. I just think that, taking the high road all the time isn't the best thing, but at the same time, we don't have to put blood on shirts and mock them that way and just
Yeah.
be ignorant.
Yeah, I'm not making a
his
shirt.
shitty record speaks for itself. Who he was as an individual speaks for itself, and highlighting that and not his death is all we have to do.
Yeah, but you do know that he came out against people who were being disgusting about Charlie Kirk's death. He actually said,
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
one of the
gotta-
things that was a little bit
Which is
redemptive
surprising.
was the video that did come out and recirculated about what he said concerning Charlie Kirk's murder, and a glimpse of humanity in an otherwise really hateful and spiteful person. So yes, I can commend that. I can also the thing about the internet these days, which is amusing to me, and obviously this is a news show, so we come here to give our opinions, but you don't need to have an opinion on everything. You don't need to take a side. You don't need to say, oh, like I'm so sad he's dead. You could just be neutral about stuff like this. This isn't like a everybody's got to lay somewhere or the other. It's not like a constitutional right or something. Like Rob Reiner, I'm sure a lot of people liked him, but he generally was kind of a shitty person, and like his death doesn't rectify that, and neither does like one nice thing he said about Charlie Kirk. But it doesn't also mean that like suddenly I need to, care one way or the other, because I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, Kim, albeit I can be a bit of an asshole in my daily life, I'm not a fucking animal where I'm going to celebrate the brutal murder of this dude at the hands of his troon kid. I mean,
Obviously very mentally ill. But I mean, like, think about that too. Like he, look at the kind of kid he raised. I draw similarities to Biden. When you look at his track record of parenting or lack thereof, when it comes to the molestation of his daughter and they're all ending up crackheads, you see the same
you
kind of
almost
thing
have to feel
here.
sorry for Hunter at some point. I mean, let's be honest. Joe Biden was his fucking dad.
Yeah, once you start allegedly getting into the area of diddling kids, you lose all my sympathies. But regardless, this was a mentally ill kid, and one of the things that you can criticize Mr. Rob about is the fact that he was really obviously an absentee father while he was preaching all sorts of social justice activism nonsense.
He had a kid turn out exactly the way he wants, like all of the children in this country and all the people to be trans. Obviously we all know that his kid was a drug addict, and those poor drug addicts, they're just people who have diseases. But
the extreme consequences of validating psychosis.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
This is the result of a lack of guardrails for these people. Like, asylums were horrible places because they were horribly manipulated and abused, and predatory people ended up in high positions of power. But the fact of the matter is, like, our culture desperately needs asylums, and we desperately need to acknowledge that the medicalization of mental disorders has gone from diagnosing and helping to celebrating and protecting. So like you use these diagnoses as like, your get out of jail free card for acting like a normal civilized person instead of working like, every time even when I was really young, the mindset behind like disabilities and stuff like that was means you have to work harder. Now it's completely done a 180, and it's like, no, everybody else needs to validate me and my struggle, and everybody else needs to accommodate for me. I don't need to be the one that adjusts, everybody else does. And that's become the new social norm, and that's how you get permissive parenting. That's how you get the gentle parenting. Oh, well, you could just be who you want to be. I knew when they were 2 years old. It's highly manipulative, it's highly dangerous and abusive, and it will lead to situations unlike this one. And I mean, like, I made it no secret. I was in and out of treatment programs when I was a kid. Several of them were these kinds of kids who snapped and tried to kill or did kill their families. This isn't uncommon. This is only getting more persistent the more we disregard the fact that there are mental health problems at the root of all of these things.
And here's a participation trophy for losing the tournament, kid. Here you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
He made a movie about his son. I don't know if you
Who
know.
did?
Rob.
Rock.
Did he really?
He made a movie about his son.
Yeah, he made a movie.
This is where the
and they
this
came
is where the
out
That
they
did not
came
age
out
well.
together to discuss the movie, and drug addiction, mental health has always. I think the more peaceful. I'll just you know what, I'll say a general statement. I think the more peaceful we live in, like, humans aren't creatures of peace, right? And the more that we live in this peaceful society, the more that primal instinct wants to break out.
Yeah, do you
And
remember what the architect said?
violently.
Do you remember what the architect said?
What-
The very first version of the Matrix was perfect. It was a paradise, and the human mind rejected it because we're
Yeah.
not used to it.
And that's the perfect
That was a pretty-
scenario that we're living in.
Dude,
You
that's
know,
a pretty prolific scene. If you guys go back and watch that 20-something years later, listening to the architect's speech, that it definitely.
I'm a big proponent for AI, right? But it is going to be the fall of man. It is going to be the fall of man.
So essentially, you're a big proponent for the fall of man, is what you're saying.
I mean, it's going to happen, right? And like, you can't stop. There's some progress that you can't stop.
Yeah.
Right. And technology is one of those.
There's some people
You could
you can't
stop
stop
so
either.
many things, but you can't stop the progress of human innovation. And that human innovation will eventually lead to the death of the human race in one way or another. If you're a Christian man, you don't worry about it, right?
Mhm.
You see these things coming, but that's why, like, right now, and the reason why I say this is, like, right now you could sit at home, you can make some money from home, right? And with that money, you can order food to eat, right? You don't got to go nowhere. You could get your entertainment. You could, like I said, you could work, right? Porn's a big problem, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't even need a woman or a man. If you're a woman, you just please yourself by the
Robot
magic light
sex bots are
that's
coming.
sitting in front of you. Well, the perfect example. Now you just order the sex bot. You get enough clicks, you order the sex bot, and you don't have to leave your house anymore. And
you don't have
that's
to
gonna
listen to
fuck
him,
with
bitch.
your head. That's gonna fuck with your head tremendously. And I think that's what you're seeing with this situation with his son. His dad's loaded. I just found out just right now before we went live that he's the director for Wolf of Wall Street. I love the movie. I think it's funny.
A Few Good Men, Stand By Me.
Yeah, Few Good Men was a good movie.
Stand By Me was one of the all-time 80s classics,
That was,
dude.
I was gonna say that was one of the greatest movies.
Didn't he create? I'm not sure where he sat in here, but Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, he
you know,
was
he-
Meathead.
Yeah. So, like those things.
Carol O'Connor was the executive producer on that.
So he's
And I
made a
know
shit.
that Rob Reiner was a writer on it too.
He's made a shit ton of money, right? And so he has money. So his son got raised in this money, and that's it.
I mean,
He's
his son got
bored.
raised in
What-
Hollywood.
I was
Probably
gonna
had
say,
his son
imagine what else he was exposed to.
Yeah, he's probably had it. His son was probably passed around by all these freaking producers, man.
The Epstein, right? Why does Epstein have
Weinstein.
a jet sends? No, Epstein.
Yeah, but Harvey
Well,
Weinstein too.
But Epstein, like most of the people he puts on these flights, are powerful, rich people, right?
Or some way
Like,
influential, like scientists or doctors
Yes.
or
Yeah. these people, right? Like they get bored and like they start fucking there's some crazy kinks that come with that. So this is
I don't understand, dude. I don't understand how you can be bored with that much money. I think about me with that much money, and I would just be on my motorcycle riding around the country. I would be spending a shit ton of money at the gun range. Like there's nowhere in my head that makes me go, yeah, I just want to, jump into a pile of children and have sex with them. I mean,
I travel with that money.
That's exactly what I would do, dude.
I travel. I'd buy like a fucking badass, like fucking side by side, some ATVs. I'd take up a fucking hobby, like do shit in real life. I wouldn't want to get on a plane or do anything.
Dude, I can get on my side by side and go out and be gone from my house for 8 hours in one direction, set up a camp, and then turn around and head back 8 hours. And dude, I'm not bored the entire time. I don't get what these people. You have all the money in the world to do whatever the hell you want, and you choose to molest children, which is there's something broken in you as a person to begin with.
So I would do the exact same thing I'm doing right now with more money.
Yeah. So let me pause right there, and that actually brings me into the next segue, because I think the internet, fucking sitting on the internet all day fucks you up. And I think the best example of that is Erica Kirk. She does shit in real life. She's not really a podcaster, although she shows up in podcasts. She does shit in real life. I believe that Candace has sat in front of a screen for way too long, right? And it's made her fucking crazy, right? We said this on the show last time. Like there's genuine questions that I even have about the shooting, right? And there's ways to go about it. And I believe she's taking some of that truth and some of those questions, and she's turning it into something that shouldn't be, right? So now we have this Erica Kirk, Candace Owens meeting that's happening probably right now or today. I don't know the time. And I think this is good for the world. What does Candace take from this? Because Candace is the only one that can take something from this. And just judging by how the comments that Erica Kirk has made over the past couple of days, I think the powerhouse is her.
I would not be surprised if Erica Kirk slapped the shit out of her at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope she punches her in the
I mean, I understand it's probably very far-fetched considering the dedicated Christian that Erica Kirk clearly is. But I don't know, man. There's some fire in her
I
eyes
think
right now.
Jesus himself might even turn the other cheek for that one.
So
Yeah,
what do you
it's been a
guys
wild
think
ride
is going
in
to come
this
out of
thing.
this? What do you guys think is going to come out of this meeting?
Nothing.
Well, hopefully Candace follows her word and listens to Erica Kirk. Because remember, in the beginning of all of this, she said the only person who can get me to stop is Erica Kirk. Well, Erica Kirk went on national television and said, "Hey, Candace, stop." And Candace was like, "Oh, well, you're obviously in on it." It's like, give me a break. Give me please be serious. It's just people who are, opportunistic. And the fact is, there are a lot of strange circumstances surrounding his death.
Your audio's choppy, Kim.
Oh, okay. Let me log off and I'll log back in. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think Candace
what do you
Owens has
think,
an unhealthy
journey with
love for Charlie Kirk, and it's driven, and losing him has driven her to the point where she is now crazy.
I
definitely said that the other day. Reno, yeah, you're right.
She didn't smash, so she's pissed.
Yeah.
It's not surprising.
It's definitely
Of course, you would say that.
It's definitely unhealthy for her mental health.
Her husband's a fucking billionaire noble, in the UK, right? And he's also a Qatari citizen. And I believe that there's I said this on the last show. I believe there's foreign influence there.
Yeah,
I believe that there's some type of foreign influence there because I can't imagine like there's people that other people hate for asking questions, and sorry, I have a fucking cold. I'm getting over it. And they're asking questions, and I think that she's shitting on the narrative so much that people just don't want to ask those questions anymore, and I think that she's actually doing the opposite of what it shows that she's trying to do.
Having the
Kim, you
opposite
back?
effect that she wants.
I think it's because you don't have sunglasses.
Yeah. People were asking me why I don't have sunglasses. I think we just need to start making War Boy sunglasses, and we all wear them for the news brief.
I was going to order a pair of Gypsy Crusaders for the hell of it.
Oh, I have Gypsy Crusaders. I'm not on me right this minute, but I do have Gypsy
Are the
Crusader
Pit
shades.
Vipers? Is that like?
No, he has his own. Well, it's the hammer skins, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. No, he has his own.
he has his own.
Oh, okay. I called him the other day, and I'm like, you know what? You got to get me. You got to get me one of those fucking guns. So I can have it.
Chirp one?
Huh?
The chirp one?
No.
Yeah, the chirpy gun.
Yeah.
The chirpy.
Yeah,
gun.
the chirp gun.
Okay, so Barry,
Yeah.
you wanted to touch on the Laura Loomer.
Okay, well, I mean, look, say what you want about Laura Loomer. I don't really care. Let's celebrate a W because she did it again. Now, if you remember back in 2003, there was a guy running for Congress there out of Colorado, and he was basically a big outspoken communist. And there's a new guy that was elected and nominated in the Trump administration, nominated him for the top seat in the NSA. Joe Francescon or Session. I know you Spanish people like to, when there's like consonants and vowels at the end, you pronounce them different on purpose, whatever. But Francescon, and he apparently made a bunch of donations to this guy's campaign back in 2023. Laura Loomer is the one that found out about him, called it out, and he will not be joining the NSA. This was definitely a guy that was against Trump. The Colorado congressman that he in 2023. He was actually the one that led the impeachment bullshit against Trump. So this guy was an anti-Trumper about to be placed in the top brass of the NSA, and Laura Loomer scalped him. So
listen, she's done. Look, I disagree with her methods. Sometimes I'd say like 20% of the time I disagree with her methods and some of the SJW shit she does. But to say that Laura Loomer is not an IRL fucking like somebody that has done shit. Would be wrong, and this isn't the first time.
This is the second time for this position. In fact, in fact, Congressman Don Bacon, Republican, is now pissed off at Loomer, saying that these top positions in the NSA have been left open for 8 months because of Loomer herself, the wacky Loomer, and these are two anti-Trumpers that were going to take these seats that she stopped from happening.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
kudos to her.
If you don't want to even put anybody in that seat, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, fuck the NSA.
Yeah.
They're treason against the American people.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I think a lot of people have like their fucking her and Stone are fucking going at it back and forth. I went at it with her once, but I still love her.
She went at it. I think you guys were in prison. She went at it with Milo.
Yeah, but that's everybody goes at it with Milo. Everybody goes at it with
Milo. Yeah, a long list of dudes did too.
Laura has a long list of people who went after her too. Let's be honest. I love Laura, but Laura is not without her enemies.
Well, it's how you know you're doing good things. I mean, when you start getting death threats and people start hating you en masse that never met you, you're up to something big in life.
I actually want to celebrate something right now.
What's that?
I want to celebrate, and you know how hard this is to do.
Oh boy,
right? This is really hard to do. I'm extremely proud of myself for this. I always celebrate my scalps, but this one hits different because this guy never blocks anybody, and I have been blocked by the infamous Milo.
Oh shit!
I think this is amazing. This is great. After stealing money from fucking Stone, and after fucking everybody over,
in some cases, literally,
yes. I think, like he's known for a long time that Ollie Alexander has had this fucking obsession with kids, and he hit it. Right? he had
We,
this
our
interaction
fan
with
club
Hunter.
has joined the chat.
Actually, if he wants correspond the next, if you want to join us, I'm down to have some beef today.
No, you know that's not going to happen. He'll just talk a bunch of noise.
Oh no,
and-
I think he would love to join.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think he would love to join.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Come on down.
This idiot thought I was you for like a full month.
Yeah, he's
Fucking dumbass.
and he said something that he was going to show up to my house. Or
Oh,
some
yeah,
shit.
please do.
How many people want to show up to my house? I don't understand that. I don't get the. He's like, oh, I'm a journalist. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'll lay you the fuck out in fucking on my front yard.
Oh, yeah.
I always say it. It's Christmas season.
Shit, man.
Lawn ornaments are a thing.
Yeah. Better hope he gets to you first.
Well, we're only going to be here for a little while more because I think I have only like two side notes here. One story and one side note here.
I'm surprised it took this long for him to block you. I'm actually really surprised.
Yeah, I thought it. Shit, I thought he
I
blocked
would've-
you a long time ago.
Listen,
if you drank, I'd buy you a beer.
I remember last week or the week before, we told you multiple times to come on. You said you would. You said you would get the DN to the link, and then what did you do? You wussed out. Well,
Yeah, you can come on anytime, but you know you won't because you're a fucking spineless coward. And that's not my fault. That's a lack of father in your life, son.
Come on, man. I'll yell at you in this voice, you son of a bitch.
Oh, shit.
Well, there's the one thing I love about fighting is that there's only one fucking way to prove it, and typing shit out on the internet is not it, homie. So the fact that you actually took the time to type that shit, I know right now you couldn't fucking fight your way out of a wet
Have
paper
you seen
bag.
this guy?
You fucking pussy,
have you-
corny fuck.
Yeah, no,
You
he
come
looks
up
like
to my
Corky
face and
from-
You won't even have to throw the first punch.
he
You
looks
won't
like
have to.
Corky from Life Goes On.
Have you seen this guy? Have you seen this
Yeah.
guy?
I've never seen this little.
Yeah, he
So
looks
he
like a
went and
freak.
he like tried to interrupt Jake's thing one time when he went to do that. Sorry, Jake, but that cringe ass shit that he did in front of the
You mean the
the
speaking?
person.
Oh, in Texas, the Metcalf thing.
No, not the Metcalf thing where he went to Derek Chauvin's.
Oh, I didn't even see
prison.
that one.
He went and he confronted Jake about it. Dude, this guy's a fucking. You could blow him and he's done.
Do not concern yourself with yapping dogs.
I
Yeah.
went ahead. Look, I sent you a link. When we finish with these stories, I will bring you in, correspondent. If you want to click the link, you want to come in here.
Yeah, you're a journalist. Come on in and be a
He's,
journalist.
he's a Q-tard.
Is he?
Yeah,
I knew you wouldn't have me on. We're telling you straight out.
I sent him. The link
The
is
link
in your
is in
DMs.
your inbox, dude.
The link
I
is
know.
in your inbox.
We-
Just look stupid now, as always.
So let's go ahead. Let's another thing. Kim, I forgot what his name is. Woman propaganda.
Oh, Hayden.
Hayden. I had Hayden on, and look, this isn't a dig at him.
No, you know this.
I genuinely like his content.
You did see there was a bounce back from this, right?
There was. I don't think it's a bounce back.
They came together.
They
they're
came
friends.
together. I saw the video. They were friends.
I want to try to get them both on my
It was a
show.
misunderstanding.
Yeah, I think so. Even if it's look, I'm going to tell you. Listen, I'll tell you this to your face, and I hope that you would say the same thing to me.
You have to fight back.
If you were to slap me in public,
Yeah,
right? Believe me, we're going.
we would have to.
We would have to. We would have to go ham.
Yeah.
Don't even
We'll
have to
buy
win.
each other a
You have
beer.
to fight.
You could buy me a Coke after, but there's no rationale
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Right.
In
Like
public,
you slap
100%.
and one thing is that you punch me in public. No, you open hand slapped.
Bitch slapped.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
bitch.
that's
And
disrespect on that.
and like, look, again, I like this guy. I just think that he should have gone.
Ape shit.
Yeah, I think he should have gone ape shit. Gavin had him on the show. They explained it a little bit yesterday. But dude, like, I'm gonna talk to him straight into the camera, dude. Don't ever let a man put your hands put hands on you, dude. You can't
Never.
do it. You can't, because now you know what happens. As soon as you get into like some intellectual argument with somebody, they'll bring up the video.
Yeah.
You'll be like, well, here you go. As a man, you can't do that.
Yeah, you should have turned into a little fucking rabbit spider monkey and just attached to his face and ripped and clawed everything until you got to his skeleton.
I agree. Let's show the video really quick.
Yeah, what is? I have no idea what the heck is going on. So
Dude, it's bad.
Oh. Kevin Smith smacking that dude in the mouth.
You invited him to your fucking club. You gave him a ticket to the fucking
Did you hear that pop? Let's hear that pop.
You gave him a ticket. You gave him a ticket.
He playing
You
the
gave him a ticket to the fucking
It's like World Star Hip Hop
Damn,
shit.
son.
And
But I mean, let if that really is the case, and I'm pretty sure it is. He was invited to this event. It was a mistaken identity. You know, I
Yeah, so what happened was there was a lefty guy. There was a
It's not
lefty
the-
guy who was LARPing as a Nazi who was trying to storm the
saw that.
event. And Kevin was informed of this because he's one of the young Republicans. And he went outside to try to confront that guy. And Hayden was heckling that guy. So Kevin confused the person that they were talking about as Hayden. He thought Hayden was the guy who was trying to get in and disrupt what was going on.
No, so that was a wasted slap.
Yeah.
And
And
Hayden's argument was that, oh no, did I lose you guys?
no, you're good.
No, we're-
Okay.
you're good.
Crap.
You're back.
I don't think she knows that she's still here.
So he slapped the wrong person
Am
and
I
he
here?
was the
You
slap.
guys hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. We hear you.
You're back. Okay.
All right. In a situation like that, like even if it's one of your friends, mistaken identity,
Yeah.
which is kind of hard. This guy's all over the internet.
Yeah.
And I follow Kevin's Twitter. Bringing you in, Kim. You're back.
Yeah, sorry. So Kevin was basically confusing Hayden with somebody else. And Hayden's other argument was that number one, in New York, if he were to get picked up for defending himself, he would get in more trouble than anybody else would, which I definitely agree with. We know what happened when the Proud Boys defended themselves for having piss thrown on them. So I understand not wanting to get arrested in New York. That makes a lot of sense, especially when you're someone like Hayden, because all of the headlines would have read, white supremacist Nazi gets arrested having a fight outside of
Yeah,
Young Republicans
doesn't
Club.
matter.
It would have been an optics nightmare. They're both optics nightmares, by the way. It's not like one is better than the other. But on the
matter.
other hand, the first thing I said to my husband was, I know for a fact I would be picking you up in jail right now if that happened.
Yep.
Because in no universe should you ever, like you said, and this isn't my words, I have no room to lecture men on how to be a man. But echoing what men on this own stream and my own husband says, you don't ever let a man lay his hands on you and get away with it.
I text Gavin. Because he announced that he's going to have him on the show. I text Gavin. I go, listen, I know that he's your boy. I like him too, but don't let him slide on it. Because the only way that you're going to kind of come back from him and be like, look, it was a situation. I shouldn't. And then you shit on him for it. And then he accepts it. Right. But.
Oh, he's going to have Kevin on the show?
Let's say he did. He had him on yesterday. Let's say for a second,
That was a Will Smith,
you're
Chris Rock kind of slap.
Yeah, it popped because he cupped his hand. That's why you heard that pop. Let's say for a second, and you're completely right, Kim. In New York, they'd both get arrested. So what ends up happening is if the only option is jail or your reputation.
Jail.
I'm going to jail, dude. Yeah. I'm going to jail. I'm sorry.
I respect that, but I also I guess I'm a woman, so who cares? Like I said,
You
but
can understand.
I at least understand what
understand.
he's saying when he says he doesn't want to end up in a situation where the cops get called. And that was a hard hit. He took a hit. He took the hit, and whether or not whatever happened after, you could feel however you want about it, but ultimately, I think it ended up for the best. They ended up, meeting up and reconciling, and ultimately, that's the only thing that really matters in this situation. It's a little embarrassing, but all of us have embarrassing moments out there for the most part.
You remember that chick, Caitlin Bennett? She's still out there doing her thing.
Yeah.
When she hit her pants during a frat party.
my-
I mean,
Dude,
that haunts
how
her.
did I know you were about to talk about her shitting her
No,
pants?
but here's the reality of it. The
You
girl's
mean the
super
chick with the
awesome.
really
Hold
killer
on
hair?
a second. She's really awesome. She does her thing. She gets in these fucking people's faces and she makes great content and she doesn't lie to do it. Now, recently, people, of course, they troll her and they try to say, "Oh, what did you eat to shit your pants that day?" She just responds, "Taco Bell. What did you eat to get that figure?" Like
Yeah,
she's shown it, and that's the only way you have to do it going forward. But it's still, it's it's a devastating move.
Yeah, she's
But
hot.
she owns that shit. And she still does great things.
Reputation is everything, and you got to guard that. And like for a man, reputation means like this is probably up there in the things that it's hard to come back from. You lean into it. You say, fuck.
Well, that seems what he's doing is he's leaning into it.
No, and I think he's doing a good job of it. I obviously have my things to say about it. You know,
He used to make T-shirts that says "I got the shit smacked out of me" by Kevin Smith.
I don't know if
Fuck
that'll help.
yeah, dude.
I don't know if that'll help.
His face like this.
I don't know if that'll help.
I'm gonna ask them both to come on Warpaint.
Dude, you should totally make a one shirt and send it to that kid Hayden, and have him wear it. I think that would probably redeem him.
Nice.
Yes, I do lean into sedition.
Nice, dude.
I wholeheartedly lean into sedition.
Still talking,
and
not clicking the link. Go figure. Fuck you.
Dude, he's in there. He responded to me. He's like, "How long are you going to be there? Who the fuck cares?
Get on there, tough guy.
Hop
You got
in.
enough time to fucking make a comment. Come on in, buddy.
You're not in the green room."
He's probably panicking.
Yeah.
He's got to do his
He's about
hair.
to get shredded by people who have way more intelligence
And
than
I'm
he could
guessing
ever
we have
have.
a problem with comments because some comments from some feeds aren't showing up.
Is he a flat earther? Does he think the earth is flat?
I don't know. I'd love to ask him. It's like having that guy that drenches himself in piss. I'm dying to have him.
Dude, you've been
Showers-
talking about this dude for months, and you still
I've
haven't
been
gotten
trying to
him
get
on
him
the show?
on.
What happened? He won't come on?
Yeah, he's just stopped responding.
He must watch the show.
He might have drowned.
There are some things that are worth the effort. This may be one of those where you just leave
trying,
it.
bro. I am trying.
So one little thing that you didn't say, I just mentioned. I'm sure everybody knows by now, but they're holding Rob Reiner's son on $4 million bond.
Are we going to talk about Jane?
Didn't the daughter find him?
So wait a second.
How do you get a bond for fucking?
Hey, look, someone joined.
Look here.
No, not only that, not only the double homicide.
look what it is.
I'll bring him in on a sec. Give me a sec. I got to finish just this.
$4 million. Isn't he loaded?
Isn't he loaded? He could just bond himself out.
And then he's a flight risk because he can travel and probably has properties other places.
Oh,
they can
come
access.
on. This is California. They'll probably give him the bond and no ankle monitor.
Gavin
nothing.
Newsom will probably pay for that shit himself.
Yeah. Here's another thing I want to promote. AmFest is coming up this week. War Boys will be giving coverage from AmFest. My buddy Steve Loves Ammo, will be there with RRP. And there's a couple of others. I think it's James O'Keefe is having a huge party. And I think it's going to be a really good networking event. I love what RRP is doing. I love what their focus is. Their focus is on.
Oh, he left.
Did he leave? He left.
Oh God.
Oh no.
He's there. He's there.
He's there.
There he is. Okay, we'll bring you. Give me a second, and then we'll bring you on. So if you're in the area, please attend these events, at least the side events. The networking, I think, is going to be great. It's looking to be like a big event. I wish I could make it. It's cutting too close into Christmas, and I can't make it. But if you guys can, go ahead and cover. Go ahead and go over there. And the Warboy Studios again will be covering the event for the most part, and we will be covering James O'Keefe's event that he's going to be having. He has this thing. You saw what he's been doing, right? He's like throwing raves now at these events.
Well, he went to Burning Man. He actually went to Burning Man, I think it was last year. He had a picture on the playa.
I heard he had Steve Aoki DJing.
That was Crenshaw.
Steve Aoki.
Oh, yeah. Crenshaw.
Did he leave again? Did he leave again?
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, apparently he left again.
Oh God, man.
Like I said,
if he does come back on, put him on. What's his beef with us, by the way? Is it that we're all feds, narcs, traitors, seditionists?
So what ends up happening? With this is hold on, give me a second.
Well, when you come on this show, you have to understand that you work on our time.
Yeah. Well, what ends up happening with this guy is
There
he
he is.
messages me at first. Before I bring you on, I'll give a fair introduction. How's that? Before I was getting on, this
Bring
guy
the
was
guy on.
commenting on all my shit and saying that what a great job or blah blah blah. And then I guess I didn't agree with him on a certain point, and suddenly he goes with these fucking Q-tards and he becomes part of this Q-tard movement. I think I'm being really fair right now. So without further ado, we'll bring my boy correspondent next. I want to ask you before you come in, what is your beef? All right, you're in.
What do you want to ask me? Sorry.
I said, what is your beef? Because you obviously every comment, every tweet, every comment, I see you on the mentions, and they gave you a space the other day on a space to say whatever you wanted. You went ape shit. So I'm gonna let you state your piece.
Yeah. So look, I mean,
Pull 'em up on full screen.
I just really feel that you helped. I look at you and I look at Jake Lang as like brothers from another mother. I see you both as not authentic, real people, but people that are playing some sort of a role. And I so
What role?
that's
So we'll talk
that's
about Jake in a sec. What role am I playing?
it would be something of like an insider slash handler. Hey, let me ask you really quick. Did you know about the Oath Keepers, their quick reaction force and their weapon stash over the Potomac on J6? Did you know about that?
No, I did not because I didn't have any communications. As a matter of fact, me and Stuart hated each other at that very moment, so we didn't
I
talk
saw
to
that,
each other.
but you said when you had and bro, I don't know how the fuck you had Nick Quested in your car or you let him infiltrate you like that. That is really bad
I
operational.
agree. It was bad. I agree. I shouldn't have let him. He's a filmmaker, and I'm like, okay, you're making a film. Let's go. I don't shy away from the camera.
So what I saw on that, it look, well first of all you said we had beef, but then when I watched that film it says that you squashed that beef that night at the
I did.
garage meeting.
I no.
Okay.
I squashed the beef. I shook his hand. I had never met him in person, and you can clearly hear in the audio. It's a pleasure to meet you. We shook hands and we went our separate ways. And then
But how come
after
you
that,
didn't
I was
say that
still
at first?
recorded.
Why did you need to correct yourself at the end of it?
I didn't. What did I correct?
Well, you said that we had beef, and you said that you had no communications with them, but you actually did have communication with them the night
Can I
before.
ask the
No,
question?
So you would
What
have, based off
relevance
of that
is
meeting, really
this?
quickly, based off of that
How is
meeting,
this
you
even
actually
relevant?
would have
Rob,
either
Rob,
had
stop.
or
yeah.
not had information on whether they in fact did have a weapon stash over the not in Washington D.C. but on the other side, and so that's why I don't see. That's why I don't take you as like an authentic person, because it could
But
have just been.
here, but I'm answering. I'm answering authentically. I met him that night. All the interactions are there, and I said that we're fighting the same fight. We're fighting this stolen election. Now, you might disagree with me on the things that I said after, and that is fine. But to say that I'm some type of instigator because I met him in a parking garage doesn't really
Well, no.
doesn't
I
really
wanted to
do
know. I
anything.
wanted to know if you knew
I'm
about the
good friends with
weapons.
him now. No, I didn't know about the weapons. I think
Okay,
I think it was, it's on character for him. I personally, I would never tell the Proud Boys to have a weapon stash just in case something happened because nobody expected that something was going to happen that day.
but there was 300 of Proud Boys that literally marched side by side, went all the way through the different
That's
checkpoints, if you will.
incorrect. I,
And I'll say, look, this is part of what I think that they let you
You
overrun the
understand
Capitol.
how many hundreds and thousands of people were there? And you're saying, oh,
No,
there was
I
300
understand
Proud
exactly
Boys.
because I was there
Like,
too.
there
are
was
you an
60
idiot?
here.
No, I'm
Look,
not an
I'm going
idiot.
to
I'm
tell you
actually
this.
one of the people that didn't get entrapped there. So out of 1,600 people that I know, no,
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm the
that
you
was a
least
were
idiotic
lucky
an
out of all of you.
informant.
happenstance. That has nothing to do with
Sounds like you
anything
were an
other than you
informant
got
then.
lucky.
Well,
I didn't get
Rob,
lucky. No. I'll tell you just honestly, flat out. There was a moment where I got caught up in the psychological operation that it was. That was absolutely a
Oh my
psychological
god.
operation.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
hey, look,
look,
It's a
and thank
psychological
you for
operation in the room with us
as
right
a
now.
non-Jace
I
person.
think
I
there's some
agree with
truth to
you.
that.
I'm
I
glad
think
that you're
there's some
just
truth
jumping
to
in
that.
here to something that you have no skin in the game about. Great, great.
Yeah, for sure. No skin.
You don't.
Um,
Were you there?
so what else? What else?
You're gonna say I had no skin in the game, and you don't even know if I was there or not. Are you? You might
Were you
actually.
there? I'm pretty sure I would have heard about you already if you were. I keep meticulous tabs. So were you there or not? Yes or no? Easy question.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't in the Airbnb with all of the main Proud Boys the night before. I wasn't there at the speech. You're right. You don't. You know.
Okay,
You
okay.
don't.
So
Do you
did
know?
you
Can
also
you list
march on?
every
Were you
single
part of the
person who was
300
there
that
that
marched in
day? Are
there?
you?
Let
Is
me
that
let,
the level of
let me let
autism
me
you
cut
have?
it. Actually, let me
I'm
cut it.
probably
Let me cut.
ignorant of who
Hey,
Kimberly
hold
Coulter
on.
is. That's fair.
Let me cut in here for a second. Let's start with the hundreds of Proud Boys that were there. There wasn't hundreds of Proud Boys that were there. There was only
Not even
50.
close.
There was only 52. And out of the group that I put together, the Ministry of Self-Defense, there was actually only 19.
Okay.
Yep.
So what about the rest of those people that were just all sandwiched there? Are you trying to say that they were all organic?
I'm one of them.
Yeah, they
I agree
literally
with.
were. Nobody even knew
I,
we were going to the Capitol until like
I
10 minutes before people started heading there.
go ahead, Barry.
I'm one of those organic people. I didn't go there that day to be with the Proud Boys or to do anything with the Proud Boys. I didn't know the Proud Boys. I ended up meeting them and later on became one. But I went to January 6th on my own but my own reasoning for my own self. Nobody made me do anything. Whatever I was accused of, most of it was bullshit. Some of it was true, and I'm responsible for that. Nobody made me do shit. After the fact, I went to prison with these guys and became really good friends with these guys. And for a whole year before January 6th, I was with these guys. Or after January 6th. So I am an organic response to that. And I was accused of being a tool, and that's not true.
Okay, well, that's good to know that about you. I'm sorry that that happened to you, but I gotta say you're not a very you don't learn lessons if you went and joined the Proud Boys after January the 6th. That's
It's
gotta
what I
be
wanted
like
to do. I
that's
have no
gotta be the
regrets. No
stupidest move
regrets.
in the world and shit. Like
Not a
To a
fucking
beta
regret in
like
my life
you.
about that. Not one regret.
So what else? So what else is your grievance with me in particularly?
well,
Because
look,
most of you,
the grievance that I have is that I don't understand what you were doing at Charlottesville back in 2017. I don't understand why you had a Punisher patch back then. I have this grievance about
It's
you.
not
Hold on, hold on, hold
seriously.
on. I'm
Really?
trying to. These
Do
are
you live in a
these.
hotel? Are you in a hotel room?
No, not in a hotel room.
okay, go ahead, go ahead. Tell me, keep going about. So let's so we won't like get crazy into different aspects. So Charlottesville, you asked about Charlottesville. I'll be specific. So I had just joined the Proud Boys, and I saw an elderly gentleman about a month before Charlottesville. Uh, get he was on his way to a Trump event. I don't know if it was actual like a Trump event or a MAGA event. And I saw Antifa. He's an elderly man, definitely in his mid 80s, walking, and he couldn't find the location of this where to go. And Antifa comes and dumps an entire gallon of pink paint on him, and that enraged me. And I said that I needed to do something more than what I'm doing. So Charlottesville gets announced, and I know nothing. I'm on Facebook. I just see the flyer, and I decide that I want to go to Charlottesville, right? Because I wanted to do something. Couple days later, Gavin calls me and tells me, "Hey, definitely this is not the thing to go to. This is crazy. I'm going to put out a public statement condemning the whole thing." And he does. He does. So I'm like, "Fuck it, then I won't go." But then I wanted to actually cover the event, not as a Proud Boy. And those pictures that you see me in Charlottesville, I have this giant book bag on me. And in there, I always have some type of gimbal or phone or something recording the event. I didn't antagonize anybody. I sat there. And I think the most antagonizing I did was a left-wing journalist that was standing in front of me. I blew a kiss at her. I think that's the most antagonizing thing. And as a matter of fact, as I was walking to my car, a member of, I think it's Identity Europa at the time, Identity Europa got in my way and put his hands on me. And this goes back to what we were talking about with Hayden, and puts his hands on me, and I elbow him in the neck to the point where he crumbles on the ground and keep walking. I have the same exact sentiment that the president does. Do I regret going? No, I don't regret going. But I had the same exact sentiment that the president did. Funny as it may be, I have the same exact sentiment as the president did about this Rob Reiner situation. That I think I saw garbage people on both sides there that day. I definitely did. Why was I at Charlottesville? I went to go give coverage of the event.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I'm going to give
I
you one more grievance because we're way over time. If you want, I will bring you back on, and me and you can have a one-on-one, and we can talk about these things. And I won't mute your mic
I'd love to have that.
as
You
long
know,
as you respect. You give a level of respect to the host. Where if we're both talking, let's not talk over each other. But go ahead.
sure. I want to make one thing clear. I never said I was going to your house. I said I was going to your area. I wouldn't go to people's houses because I wouldn't want anybody to come to my house. I was going to your specific, not specific, but a general area that would be like, you know, easy place to say, hey, let's have a conversation, show up. I drove across the country by myself. And I'll tell you the reason that I wanted to see, and it wasn't just you. I ended up seeing Jake Lang, and based off of my interaction with Jake Lang, you can see that my intentions were simply to have conversation, not grievance. I'd like to talk to you more about this, but just to set the tone about what I want to talk about is simply that I look at a lot of people that got pardoned on January the 6th. And if it was me personally, if I got pardoned after 22 years and I got that much life back, I wouldn't still be doing this shit. I don't want to be doing this shit, but at the
Doing
same time, look, like Jake
Good thing
Lang.
you're not him then, huh?
No, a
Yeah.
good thing. Well, or bad thing. I don't know, because I look at the look, there's a lot of people that got pardoned as a result of January the 6th, and they're not doing anything beneficial for this country. I don't think there's a single person that you can mention that's done anything beneficial, a
Okay.
pardon Jay Sixer.
Let
But
me let
that's
me
go ahead.
let me
The lectern
let me cut in.
leader, Derek Evans.
What are
Yes.
they? What have they accomplished?
Well, maybe you should look it up.
I mean, you
Yeah.
should just tell me if you're
So
gonna make
Rob,
the claim.
Rob,
What have
We
they
don't have
accomplished?
time. We literally just told you that.
Rob, you wanted to say something. I want to address what he just said, but go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm just I'm laughing at the idiocy of this and the fact that this dude thinks that he is so self-important that he deserves answers from you
Or that
or
he
from
can
any
live
of
your
us.
life
Like
better than you.
Oh, okay.
like
So,
who are
so
these
okay.
people?
So
Who
I
are these
can't
people? Wait,
ask
I'm still
questions about
speaking.
people.
I'm still speaking. I
Go
will
ahead.
mute. I will mute your mic. I'm still speaking.
All right, Rob.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. The fact that these people who are literal nobodies, first of all, think that they have the power and the agency to demand anything of real men and a real woman is beyond me, first of all. Second of all, you don't have to answer to him or anybody. And the fact that we're even giving him any airtime whatsoever is ridiculous to me.
Well, no,
Well, let
I'm,
me
I'm
just say
actually
this.
glad.
I was
I'm actually
grounded as
glad this
domestic
happened.
No, no,
terrorist
I
and
mean,
also half
listen,
of the
bro,
country
I will
because
never
of your
tell you what to
stupid
do. I'll
fucking
never
ass.
tell you what to do on your show. I'll never. You want? I know how you are, dude. I know you want to debate these people. I know you love doing it. Okay,
I had to pull out the
that's your
mom
thing.
card.
But I would
As a
never
result of your
entertain a
actions, half the
smooth
country
brain
got
like
branded
that
domestic
ever.
terrorists. So yeah, I do have the right
Oh,
And
to
yeah,
you
it was
ask
you
the
think
result of
questions.
No,
his
nobody
Hold
was.
on,
actions.
guys.
you
Let
actually
Barry.
think the
Nobody
issue?
in
Hold on,
nobody in
Rob,
the
Rob,
MOST was
time,
a
The
domestic
actions of
terrorist.
somebody who wasn't
hold
even
on.
there.
Guys,
You're just a
You
fucking joke,
actually
literally. It
hold
is
on.
You
worth it
haven't
quiet.
heard
to
of
say
Holocaust prague?
clown you.
Let
You
Barry.
haven't heard of
Shut up for
domestic
a
prague?
second.
Guys, I'm going to start muting
Okay,
mics.
Shut up
all
for a
right.
second.
Barry,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
Shut up for a second. Yo, I mean, you actually think that Enrique Tarrio's actions that day were the problem. If the government was able to weaponize itself and just label half the country as domestic terrorists, you think Enrique Tarrio is the problem? That the government was able to do that? You are a fucking moron, bro.
I don't think it was just
Like
him. I
seriously,
don't think it was
you're
just him.
misdirected.
Don't
I
straw man
will
my
say this.
argument, sir.
I will say this. I do respect you for at least coming on and giving the appearance that you're after some fucking real debate and conversation. And I
No,
hope
no,
that you continue down this
I
path because
didn't say that it was
I'm not
just
into
him.
like
You're straw
disrespecting
manning my
people
Shush, shush,
argument.
and
shush.
I
just
said
being
One at a
and
time.
Wait
just
your
being an
turn.
asshole and just being an asshole. But seriously, the fact that you give this guy so much fucking credit that he could be the reason that the government weaponized itself against half of its own population, and you think Enrique's the problem, you're an idiot. That's it.
And then
Yo,
here,
check your
let me
Enrique. Check your texts.
yeah.
no. See, you're straw manning my argument. I don't think that it's just him. I can tell you very
You said
specifically.
he's the
I
reason.
just made a
You
whole
just
feature
said
film
that.
about how both left and right are radicalized, and it's a tit for a tat. It's both sides. And so no, I don't think that it's just him. I don't think it's just the Proud Boys. I don't think any of that. But what I do think is that there is a collective issue where people are inciting, and then other people are then reacting, and it's a
So
problem
I
reaction.
have a
So
I have a legitimate
hold on, let me
question.
just say, let me finish, just like you finished. No, I don't put the action simply on him. I don't put him simply on the Proud Boys. I don't put it simply on the Oath Keepers. But I will say this: I do think that there is a class of professional inciters like Ivan Reichland, who, as a
Lord.
result of it, trickles down, and so it's a collective, not just a single person. Do not straw man my argument.
All
No,
right. So
strongman,
here's
the
Just
word you
repeating what
used.
you said, dude. That's all.
here's
That's
I just wanted to
literally
make
what you
sure that
said.
I
You
was
said it
clear.
was
here's my
Enrique. So
question.
Well,
Do
I
you
gotta
that?
give.
But
I
am I
gotta
clear
give.
now?
I gotta give. Stop. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Rob,
I have a question.
Rob did not say the word "fuck"
I know.
in that whole monologue.
The
But I
whole
will
time
tell
I've been
you.
on the show.
I
He's
will
really
tell
been
you.
trying.
I will tell you this. Like if I could get on a time machine and go back and like January 6th never happened, I would. Right? I would love for that to happen. A lot of people didn't have to suffer through it. I didn't cause what happened on January 6th. I didn't. As a matter of fact, I believe I was taken off the ground. The FBI did say this, and I'll find the clip and we'll play it on the next one. On February 12th, the FBI had its first presser when it came to January 6th. So after their long monologue, they opened the questions on the floor. And the very first question that the FBI took was, "What did you do to prevent this?" Right? And their very first answer was that they took Enrique Tarrio off the ground. That was their first answer at the first presser about January 6th. Right?
I remember that, dude.
And I think that shows you a window, because I wasn't even arrested by the FBI. I was arrested by the Metropolitan Police Department. That's a window into really what happened, because my belief is that if I would have
And
been
weren't
on the
you
ground
serving your
that
prison
day on
sentence at
January
that
6th,
when they did that? Weren't you in there for your 4.5 months and then you got out and then they arrested you for January 6th?
yeah, they arrested me later for January 6th. But my point is this: if I would have been on the ground that day, there would have been at least 20 something guys that wouldn't have gone inside the building, because I
Correct.
would have seen that from a mile away. There was a good amount of us that had very public faces, and I didn't want to get charged with trespassing. I knew that we would have been charged with trespass. This is what I would have figured, that we would have been charged for trespassing if we would have just walked into like the grassy area of it. I've said this millions of times. I'm going to say one more thing to you, correspondent, and then I will have you on the show. We'll record this week if you want. Roger Stone. I keep getting the Roger Stone connection, and I get it from you, and I get it from the MG show crew. Roger has been a mentor to me for a very long time. He's a very, very smart and savvy political operator, right? He's a win by any means necessary kind of person, and I respect him entirely. And even he said that day, what happened there was retarded and was a setback to the conservative movement. And yeah, so
I've said
yeah,
Did you
I'll
know
have
that
you.
Patrick Byrne was CIA?
I
so.
didn't even know who Patrick Byrne was at the time. I
That
didn't
these
even
are
know that he chartered a private jet for the Latinos for Trump people. I just jumped on a private jet and I fucking went to DC. I didn't find out until about a year later that he's the one that funded the jet for. I don't know much about Patrick. I will tell you, I'm very happy with Patrick helping my legal defense fund, which I'm still in the negative of. He on a phone call on a space. It was actually a space session. He said that he would match if I were to raise $100,000, that he would match with his $100,000, and he did. And that went completely, every single penny went towards my attorneys, which I still owe. So in
great
closing,
convo, man. That's cool. That maybe perhaps you got help or maybe not by CIA Patrick Byrne, I'd like to really discuss the implications. See, because I'll hinge that comment that I made about people having to do stuff on that, and we can leave it there. I really would like to discuss this with you though, because I mean, Patrick Byrne, you just mentioned a lot of funding. You flew on the plane. He's real good friends with Roger Stone and Michael Flynn, and I'll tell you, man, Michael Flynn's brother Charles. That's half the reason why a bunch of pencil neck soy boys were able to run over the Capitol, because it was underguarded. But that's a conversation for another day.
And they were
Just
let
real quick,
in.
correspondent
Okay,
X.
Barry, and then we're gonna close it
Just
out.
real quick question. You know, I did a statement, and I'm not saying that this is true because I have no proof of it whatsoever. All right, but I'm seeing. I didn't know that you were actually at January 6th until you just said it, and you said that you weren't picked up by the FBI. And my experience with the people that were there that weren't picked up by the FBI were usually cooperating to some extent, and usually very large cases. So now my question for you is: you were there, but you were smart enough not to get picked up by the FBI. You might be working for them. I just have to take that as a
No,
consideration.
you know, I'll say this.
I'll let you respond.
I published a 22-minute phone conversation when I got the call from the FBI. So for 10 months, I was hiding out, just
Those
like
things can be staged.
that. You could think that, but
Yeah.
so I tried to drop a tip on January 8th because I caught people there impersonating Trump supporters. And there's no doubt about it. I was vindicated after the FBI initially covered for these people. They called me about a tip. And so I gave them the tip months later. And at the end, there was no exchange. I just firmly, willingly gave them the information because I did not like being called a domestic terrorist. I knew that there was entrapment, incitement, and infiltration. And
All right,
so
start wrapping it up.
I gave up the information to them. At the end of the conversation, I asked, so should I make preparation to go to jail? And he's like, nah, I'm contacting you because you try to drop a tip through the National Threat Center.
Did you
okay,
and yes
so,
or no? You don't
let
do
me-
do you do methamphetamines? Yes or no? I'm not being an asshole. I'm
No.
just asking. Okay.
No,
just go
okay,
ahead.
so
All right.
here,
I have to tell you, my lip trembles and I have like kind of a weird face tick because I got hit by a car last year. I almost died, and so my whole face is all fucking
Sorry to hear that.
reconstructed.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry about that.
So let me close with
Finish
this.
the job.
I'm gonna close with this. Actually, thanks for coming on. I'll send you a message in a little bit. I'm gonna put you back in the green room and let me close out. All right. So I take getting called a domestic terrorist an honor, because usually the people that call you a domestic terrorist or a seditionist, two things I'm not. Obviously, I lean into it. It's I'm called that by people that hate me, by people on the opposite aisle, and all that does is it makes me effective in their eyes. Someone that was truly effective, and I'm just a sandal on his foot. Charlie Kirk was effective. Charlie Kirk was effective in bringing more people to our side, educating people. Obviously, that's not my beat, but and they killed him. The more effective you are in this movement, the more that people want to silence you, detain you, and kill you. I'm at the detain you part. I don't think I'll ever reach the kill you part. So to the leftists that want to call me a domestic terrorist, thank you. To the members of the Democratic Party that call me a seditionist, thank you. All you're doing is validating my work and my years of work. I've been doing this for a very long time. I didn't get into this movement because of Donald Trump. I was already in there. I was already a door knocker. I was already a campaign manager. I was a person that knocked on 40,000 doors for Donald Trump in 2016. And there's people that did a lot more than that. And because of people, I don't want to say people like me, but people that actually go outside and get off the fucking internet and knock on doors, thank God we got President Trump elected in 2016 and we got him elected in 2024. And technically, we got him elected in 2020.
First three-time president.
So with that, Barry, are there any last words for the firing squad?
If you guys want to support us, 1776.shop up and running. The American Rising store still continues to have the most offensive and spiciest t-shirt collection on there. Enrique even agrees with that. So check it out, 1776.shop. Hit that notification buttons on Warboy Studios on X.
Rob, you got any shows coming up?
Yeah, I got my show today, and then my Wednesday show until February is going to be now on Thursdays. My son has wrestling on Wednesday nights, and family is more important. So, and this Thursday, I actually have a really good guest, a woman whose son was convicted of second-degree murder for thwarting a robbery, killed a robbery suspect. He got 28 years in jail. He's EMT. And you would think that I would say that it was California or New York, but nope, it was in Colorado. And Colorado is looking at California and New York and Massachusetts and saying, hold my beer. So she's going to be on the show with me on Thursday, and then I got my Friday show. But we will be doing, if I don't do a space today with my show, I will definitely be doing a space on Thursday along with the show.
Reno.
Yeah, get off the internet. Go touch grass. Your internet fame isn't real. And love God, go to church, love each other.
Amen.
Amen. Kimbo.
Slice.
Well, we got Warpaint coming up today at 2:30. Mondays are officially going to be book club days, so remember to grab your copy of the Essential Mind Kampf and join us at 2:30. We also are adding a few shows of Warpaint to the schedule. There is officially going to be, in addition to a Thursday, in addition to a Monday and a Saturday show, there's going to be a Thursday morning coffee with Kim at 6 in the morning and a Friday show I'm calling the procrastination thing, where we're going to be taking live streams, events, stuff that has long since passed that I'm going to do deep dives into for people who don't have time to keep up with the news every single day.
How is the spiciest show we have on the network ran by Kim? Like, I would think it would be like somebody else.
So,
That's-
Linda, can I answer that question real quick?
I still have the most views too, so
So my show Monday and Thursday is 5 to 7, and then Friday is 3 to 6. She's like, yep, she bounced. She bounced.
And my show will be coming back officially. I'm doing an expose on Lila Morris with Colton Maccabee, who was on the ground that day right next to her, and David Summerall, who has put together the most data on that with StopHate.org. Lila Morris is the Capitol Police officer that brutally murdered Roseanne Boylan that day, and Colton Maccabee is the guy that tried to resuscitate her, only to be attacked by Lila Morris as well. We got some interesting footage that we're going to be showing that hasn't been seen yet, and yeah, we're going to put that bitch on full blast.
And my show will be around eventually if I can herd all the cats and get everybody's video clips.
Listen,
I got you, brother. I already gave it to you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Barry.
I
You're
mean,
the only one.
Reno has really, really upgraded his shit right here.
Looks good.
We went from the back room, storeroom cell phone videos to full. Reno, did you change your camera, or you just got good lighting?
Yeah, it's the lighting in the camera. Yeah, I got a better camera.
That's a good combo.
Before that, without that pink badass light in the background, it looked like a single cat lady's apartment.
Now it's just a single cat lady's apartment in pink.
Sexy.
So in closing, I remind you guys to pray for those that lost their lives in Australia and those that lost their lives at Brown University. These are two tragic.
And the shooting that just happened in New York City.
And the shooting that just happened in New York City that I'm guessing is something that we hadn't reported on, but
and the one that'll happen in 30 minutes because Islam sucks.
And the one that'll happen in 30 minutes because Islam sucks. That is correct. I tell you, look, Rob Reiner, I don't share the views of most conservatives. I don't think that you should take my comments of Rob Reiner this morning and last night as a staple to the conservative movement. I have a personal animus, and I know that, and I'm very clear about it. I don't see people on the right celebrating his death. I think he was a person that didn't deserve what he got. The mental health issues that we have in the United States, as seen by some of these shooters and this guy's own son, proves that there is an issue and there's a culture war to be fought. And I'm happy that I have you guys by my side to fight it. and the viewers on this show. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and mash the post notification button on the Warboys Studios account. And don't forget what I told you guys about AmFest. We're going to be covering it live starting Wednesday, and we will cover it through the weekend on Sunday. Thank you guys for tuning in, and that closes our news brief for today.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Prosecutor said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are